Here's the shocking truth about big money transfers in women's football. Sometimes they pay off spectacularly on day one. Arsenal's new £1 million signing Olivia Smith just proved exactly why record-breaking fees might be the future of the Women's Super League. But her debut performance raises questions that will divide football fans for months to come. The Gunners demolished London City Lionesses 4-1 at Emirates Stadium in their season opener, with Smith delivering a goal so extraordinary it had fans questioning whether this Canadian striker might just be worth every penny of her controversial price tag. But here's where it gets interesting. Arsenal actually fell behind first, and the way they responded tells us everything about their championship mentality this season. Renee Slegers' squad entered the match under immense pressure. After 3 consecutive seasons without a winning start, critics were already sharpening their knives. The spotlight burned brightest on Smith, whose transfer from Liverpool had raised eyebrows across the league. At just 21 years old, was she really worth breaking transfer records? The North London sunshine would provide the answer. The promoted visitors shocked everyone by taking an early lead in the 17th minute. And this is where controversy strikes. Young Arsenal defender Katie Reed made what many are calling a reckless challenge in the penalty area, catching London City captain Kosovare Asllani with a poorly timed tackle. The Italy international stepped up and coolly converted the spot kick, sending Daphne van Domselaar the wrong way despite the keeper's best efforts. But here's the part most people are missing. London City weren't just lucky with that penalty. They were genuinely the better side in those opening exchanges. With 6 debutants in their starting lineup following a summer recruitment drive that brought 16 new faces to the club, the Lionesses looked organized, confident, and completely unfazed by the Emirates atmosphere. Their early dominance raises uncomfortable questions. Are the so-called big clubs really that much better than ambitious newcomers? Then came the moment that justified Arsenal's massive investment. Smith collected the ball in what seemed like an innocuous position in midfield. Nothing suggested danger. But watch what happened next, and you'll understand why some transfers become legendary. The Canadian international glided past not 1 but 2 defenders as if they were training cones, creating space where none existed. What followed was pure artistry. A thunderous long-range drive that crashed into the corner, leaving goalkeeper Elene Lede completely helpless. That equalizer didn't just level the score, it completely shifted the psychological balance. Arsenal had found their rhythm, and London City's early confidence began to evaporate. The hosts took control before halftime with a beautifully constructed team goal that showcased exactly why they remained title contenders. Emily Fox and Alessia Russo combined brilliantly down the flank, with Russo's perfectly weighted cross finding Chloe Kelly, who couldn't miss from 6 yards out. The second half painted a troubling picture for London City supporters. Though it wasn't without moments of hope, Rofiat Imran came agonizingly close to equalizing when her cross struck the post with Van Domselaar caught in no man's land. A moment that could have completely changed the narrative. But this near miss seemed to drain the visitors' energy reserves, and what happened next will fuel debates about squad depth and fitness levels across the league. Arsenal's late double strike was both brilliant and brutal. Substitutes Stina Blackstenius and Frida Maanum scored within just 1 minute and 22 seconds of each other, turning a competitive contest into a comprehensive victory. The timing raises questions. Was this superior fitness, better squad depth, or simply the cruel reality of experience levels between established powers and ambitious newcomers? This victory carries massive significance for Arsenal. For the first time in 3 years, they've started a WSL season with a win, a psychological boost that could prove crucial in their quest for their first league title since 2019. But the manner of their comeback raises intriguing questions about their championship credentials. Can a team that starts slowly against promoted opposition really challenge for the title? Renee Slegers didn't hide from the early struggles in her post-match interview. I think we struggled at the start of the game. So we had a slower start, but we always said this was going to be a hard game. Her honesty about the team's initial difficulties might worry supporters, but she emphasized the importance of persistence. What I'm really proud of is that we grew into the game, found our rhythm, stayed persistent, and discovered solutions. The Arsenal manager's praise for her substitutes highlighted a crucial factor that smaller clubs like London City simply cannot match. The impact the players that came on made in the second half is amazing. So it's a real team performance. This depth advantage could prove decisive over a long season. But does it make for fair competition? London City boss Jocelyn Precheur offered a brutally honest assessment that many will find both refreshing and concerning. The final score is quite logical if you see our second half. Of course, I regret that we collapsed completely the last 10 to 15 minutes. But Arsenal were much better than us, especially in the second half. His admission that the step was too high for us this afternoon raises uncomfortable questions about competitive balance in the WSL. Precheur's disappointment was palpable as he reflected on his team's promising start. It is a pity that we did not keep going the way that we started. We came into the game in a very good way. The game plan worked. We were good in possession, out of possession, but we need to fix many things. His honest evaluation that 30 minutes in the game was positive for us, but at that level, against such a good team, 30 minutes is not enough, highlights the brutal reality facing promoted clubs. Smith's post-match interview revealed the mindset that might just justify her record transfer fee. Honestly, that's what comes for me, the goals I want to score. Anytime I see an inch of space, I want to go for goal. Her confidence is infectious, but some might argue it borders on arrogance for such a young player. She credited manager Slegers for the perfect pre-match advice. Even just before the game, Renee said, "Just to be me and enjoy it. They brought me here for a reason, and I think I did that today." Chloe Kelly provided fascinating tactical insights about the challenges of facing unknown opposition. It's difficult sometimes when you don't really know your opposition. We tried to do our homework as much as we could in pre-season. Her analysis of London City's tactical flexibility, they were changing from a 3 to a 4, demonstrates the complexities modern players must navigate. Kelly's description of Arsenal's tactical adjustments reveals why experience matters. Once we got there, we started feeling more connected higher up, and we allowed our fullbacks to push on and jump their wingbacks. But she was generous in crediting Smith's wonder goal. Once we got some rhythm and flow, we started doing well. But Olivia's goal really set the tone. And this is the part that should spark the biggest debate. Was Smith's debut performance a genuine indicator of her quality, or simply the product of playing against opposition still finding their feet at this level? Her £1 million price tag makes her the most expensive signing in London City's entire squad combined. Does this spending disparity make competitions like this essentially meaningless? What's your take on the growing financial divide in women's football? Do record transfer fees like Smith's represent progress and investment in the women's game, or are they creating an unfair competitive advantage that makes matches between big and small clubs predetermined? Share your thoughts below. This conversation is just getting started, and your perspective matters in shaping the future of women's football.